Is time up for 343 and for Halo Infinite? You can take that as being time up for 343 overall, or just 343 developing Halo Infinite. Now, it's been 9 months since the release of Halo Infinite, and what do we really have to show for it? We have a really good campaign for its amazing exploratory elements, but the missions all follow a linear path and the overall world is very limited in the way that it's been created. So a multiplayer in which was excellent from a gameplay perspective, but overall probably one of the worst in terms of features that I think we've ever had in Halo. We've had the addition of some modes here and there, but that's it really. No big modes or standout modes like the likes of Forge or Firefights within that 9-month period, which is just absolutely crazy to me, or anything like even Infection or any party games like Griffball or something like that. There's not really anything that's been added to Halo Infinite to have fun with other than the sweaty multiplayer, just playing team deathmatch and other objective based modes, and it can be kind of stale and become really boring, to be honest. But now you've heard all of that and been reminded of it for the 1000th time, I'll ask you again, is time up for 343 or 343's development of Halo Infinite? Let's talk about it further. Right, a real quick one before we get into today's video. There is some weirdo in my comments going around with a fake account pretending to be me with the same profile picture but a completely different name. It's really strange. Yeah, it's on screen right now. Please, it's not me. And if you have a brain, you'll realize it is not me. Don't even entertain this guy. Report it. Let's get this sad person's account banned off YouTube completely. It's crazy that I've had to actually address this in a video, but this guy has literally been relentless in commenting on every single video on my channel, so please report this guy. Do not entertain it. Anyway, on to the video. I remember back 9 months ago when Halo Infinite's multiplayer cinematic was first announced. We had this extremely well-made cinematic of the Banished taking over London, Agrina as a kid, and then also all the Spartans coming down as well to obviously save her and bring her back to the academy. This is how we potentially pictured all of the cinematics going forward looking like at the start of a season or a new narrative event. And that would have been amazing if that was the case. We could have a narrative event or a cutscene for those narrative events to introduce it like we can see on screen now. And then around that as well, when we actually within this narrative event or within the season, that's where we have our Spartan and the likes of Agrina, Eklund and Dim as well, also within those cutscenes or short cutscenes. Obviously that's not the case because in Season 2 we didn't get a cinematic like we did in Season 1. It followed a different path, and again we'll get onto this a bit later, but Season 2 is essentially a one-take cutscene similar to what was done in the campaign and throughout the campaign, whereby Agrina was greeted by Dim and Eklund coming in a Phantom, and then our Spartan was there as well, and that's where we met of course the likes of Iratus, the Banished AI, and then we had a bit of a backstory around obviously the lore around it and what was happening. I thought this cutscene was quite good, however 343 are very focused around telling and not showing. So we were told about this facility that they were looking into, we were told about this, told about that, but we weren't actually shown it. We weren't shown any action, no cutscene showing it either. So that's one of my big problems with this type of cutscene and a one-take cutscene, but this is something that 343 have done pretty much since Halo 4, to be honest. And then moving on to whatever this was. Eklund stood in the practice range shooting her weapon, doing absolutely nothing but spouting absolute bollocks and trying to be dramatic in the way she's speaking. It's extremely evident to me that the quality levels between each cinematic have reduced significantly. But the question is, why? Is it the lack of ambition by 343? Is it the lack of resource within 343? Is it because Halo Infinite is performing poorly in comparison to when it first launched, so Microsoft has slashed the budget on the game? It just seems very wary that we've had such a quality dip since the first cutscene until now, 9 months later. But why have the cutscenes taken such a big hit? And by the way, this isn't just the narratives either, this is also the event trailers that we've had for all of the events in the game. This was the first Tenrai event trailer that we had back in Season 1. Look how sick this trailer was and how it showcased off the amazing Tenrai armor, compared to the Tenrai equivalent event that we had this season in Halo Infinite. What happened? I just don't know. I can't get my head around it. We've had a lot of rumors in the past couple of months that Halo the Endless, which was meant to be the DLC for Halo Infinite, may actually be a brand new game coming around 2025. And that 343 and Microsoft have essentially abandoned Halo Infinite's 10-year plan already. Who knows? This isn't confirmed. This has come from some people that say they've got some inside sources but are not really that credible. So we kind of are, I don't know, going off nothing to be quite honest, but no one really knows at this moment what they're doing. We're not getting communications, we're not getting teasers, we're not getting hints, there's not even any leaks about this. That's how well tight-lipped 343 and Microsoft are being about this. Yeah, really crazy. If anyone knows anything, anyone knows anyone, try get some information about this, because the community are crying out, man. They are really crying out for some positive news around the next campaign or lore story iteration. I really want it to come sooner rather than later, to be honest, because I feel like the community needs it. Also, another thing to add as well, when was the last time that the community or 343 spoke about Halo Infinite's 10-year plan? There's been absolutely no mention of it in the past couple of months. So I'd probably say the last 5, 6, maybe even 7 months. It was only the first month or two after launch that 343 were still continuously pushing this 10-year plan to us. After that, we've heard absolutely nothing from the developers or even Microsoft about this 10-year plan. That's where a lot of people are saying that 343 and Microsoft have essentially said that we're not going to go forward with this 10-year plan of Halo Infinite. We're going to scrap it behind the scenes, and we're going to create a brand new game, Halo the Endless, that's going to come out as it normally would in the normal development cycle in 2025. But not even that, we've heard nothing really about a progression system being added or additional features to make this a complete Halo experience. So yeah, I'm worried about the future of Halo Infinite, guys. I really am. But let me know your thoughts down below and what you guys think is the crack with this. I'd love to know. I also wanted to add this at the very end of the video as well, something that came out around an hour or so ago, and it was actually posted by the Halo Twitter account. This was a picture of Locke and Chief fighting a bunch of Prometheans. However, this was just a photo or a picture that was put out, or a piece of artwork that the Twitter account tweeted with no context, no caption, nothing like that. So it gets me thinking, of course, with a bit of hopium, that this could be something towards DLC. Maybe the Prometheans will be back, maybe Locke and the Chief will be fighting together in DLC. I don't know where they're going to go with DLC. There's a lot of different avenues. They could just surprise us all and just completely backtrack and do something absolutely different. Reminder, Joe Staten is writing the DLC for Halo Infinite now, so he can quite literally do whatever he wants to. So yeah, interesting enough. I'd quite like the Prometheans and that side to come back in some way. Maybe not be the full focus of DLC, but we've got to have them come back at least. They kind of just disappeared after Halo 5. And yeah, it would be good if they did come back, to be fair, to serve some part in the lore of the multiplayer. And of course, Locke. If Locke's written better, and he will be written better if it's by Joe Staten, I'm looking forward to seeing how his character evolves and gets better going into the Infinite DLC. But either way, guys, let me know what you guys think of this video in general. What do you think's happened to Halo Infinite? Do you think we're going to get more updates? Do you think 343 have canned the game behind the scenes? Or do you think they're just keeping tight-lipped until things are ready, and then we're going to have a full surge of content coming in Season 3? I don't know. I really do not know. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you are brand new, and we'll see you all next time.